First thoughts, super light in hand, almost feels and looks like a hybrid. Yeah, super gritty. It feels similar to the RPM Q2. I've used that a little bit. Definitely more grit here and a lighter frame for sure. I love the design. I saw some comments to where people didn't like it, but I'm all for the sleek minimal design. Wow, the frame even feels extremely nice too. I am in Thailand right now, so my friends at 918 Pickleball, this is one of the brands that they supply throughout Thailand. They shipped this out from Bangkok, got to me in a couple of days. Great people. So this is the transition point. I came from tennis, so it only felt right to make a proper transition, and that was the Agassi Yola. But once I got into the rabbit hole of full foam paddles, I realized that the game is changing, and what you get from this is entirely different than what you get from this. The full foam paddles, they have a lot of power, but once you tame that power, it only works to your advantage, because you can get an aggressive player that's ripping drives at you, and this thing will eat that power and punch it back with little to no effort on your end. That being said, you've got to watch it because you can overhit pretty much depending on the angle of your paddle when the ball is flying off of it. You can definitely see a flat top hybrid coming from Spitfire, and that would be peak paddle. You can get this for 100 USD in the States and about 4,500 baht in Thailand. Knock test, we got the Agassi Yola 4, 14 millimeter, and the Spitfire. So this is a hollow paddle, hollow sound. It feels a bit more responsive than the Luz Inferno, but not as deep. This is like an EPP blend, and the Luz is an MPP blend. I've had a lot of fun with the Luz, using my friends for the past couple of weeks, but this is half the price of the Luz, and you're getting a premium paddle experience with this Spitfire. I wanted to transition from two things. That was 14 millimeter paddles, and that was tennis style paddles, Gen 3 paddles, because I'm a firm believer of full foam. You can still get like good controlled shots and consistent shots, but the way I play my game, especially with singles, I like to put the ball away, and I'm not always angling it. Sometimes it's just a clean forehand smash, and full foam gives me that extra edge to where it's very tough for my opponent to return a ball, to whereas I could smash with this and it might just be just enough cushion from that Gen 3 for them to pop it back up. But the put away power comes with the full foam. I saw that with the Luz, and I'm sure I'll see that with this. Now this has way more grittier of a surface than the Luz Inferno, so I'm interested to see how that plays, because in my singles game I also do a lot of drop spin volleys, and that's like, if you want to beat a banger or somebody who drives balls at you all day, get your paddle there, ramp up the footwork, and hit a drop shot volley. And if you spin it, if you curve it right, it'll like bounce into the net, or it's almost ungettable. I think it's an S tier shot. I love the design. I'm not gonna put any weight on this because it's got the internal 3 and 9 weight, which kind of makes it sound like the MPP. I'm gonna put some edge guard on this and an overgrip. It's giving me a nice hollow sound that I didn't really expect, but this thing served me well. This got me to the point I needed to be in pickleball to be confident enough to transition into true pickleball, not coming from tennis, not old gen tech as we call this. I think honeycomb is still great, but full foam for me is just it's so much funner to play with, because even if you soar a ball out, it's that dopamine hit that you get from the sound, from the hit, from the feel, that is just like, it makes you want to keep playing and keep tuning the paddle. And that's why I think the wave is so crazy with these full foam paddles. RPM, Spartus Spitfire, Enhance, Luz, you know, they're just coming out with these left and right. And high performance should be affordable. You know, it's like, what justifies the same build 3 years in a row for over $300 on something that objectively deteriorates with about 6 months of play? So paddles, it makes more sense to buy 3 paddles for the price of 1 and use each for X amount, even if they don't last as long, which by the looks of it, they're saying this lasts near as long or just as long as the other durable grip paddles. This feels like a really light sandpaper, and I feel, you know, little to no grit on this Agassi, and still get some decent spin when I need it. So I'm expecting like hardcore spin with this paddle and power. What I want to see is how the pop compares to the Luz Inferno, because I've been loving that paddle, but it was a little head heavy for me. Handle feels great. I've got some pretty big hands, and I'm a two-handed guy. Plenty of room for 2 hands on that grip. One of my favorite shots is the two-handed backhand dink. If ATPs were illegal, that would just be like the S tier shot. And I wanted something when I'm rushing the net at singles, which is so important, and doubles too. I wanted something that could handle high-level players, 5-0 players ripping drives at me, to where if I could just get my footwork, you know, 2 to 3 small steps and get my paddle on the ball, I could get a forgiving volley that instantly makes their shot backfire. With a paddle like a full foam, if you can get your paddle to their ball, it doesn't matter how hard they hit, it's instant karma, because this is gonna pop it back with that same energy and the enhanced spin. So you're gonna be turning a crazy potential drive pass into a lethal drop shot volley, which is one of the best counters for, again, heavy hitters in singles. So that's my first thoughts. I love it. Again, for that price too, the quality looks incredible. I'm seeing no blemishes and no defects. And comes with like a high quality paddle cover too. I'm gonna play this stock weight. I'm not a huge weighted guy. My Agassi did have some on the throat, but I haven't dove into that world yet. My friend had given me this with the weights like this, so I just didn't fool with it. But yeah, Spartus, thanks for watching. You can pick one up with other brands like Friday, etc. at 918pickleballthailand.com. That's where I got mine. This took 2 to 3 days shipping, which would have taken, you know, probably close to a month if I ordered it from the USA. So really excited to use this. Much love. Thanks for watching.